All right, welcome. Let's get started. As I mentioned, I am having some low back issues, and so I'll do the best I can, but just use my verbal cues as options where I won't be demoing some of those options today. So sit up nice and tall, and if you do have some of your own back stuff going on or tight hips, you can always place a blanket underneath your sitting bones to lift the sitting bones, get you out of the low back, find a longer, taller spine, and then let the eyes start to close. Either completely or find a soft gaze to the floor. And just start to arrive. Bring your awareness into this moment. Notice what shows up to greet you here. Let's, for right now, just be with all of it. So whatever appears in the physical body, become aware of it, notice it. Good, bad, indifferent, it doesn't matter. Just welcoming it as part of the present moment. You might be noticing the mind because it has a way of showing up a lot. Sometimes more than others. So if the mind is chattery or telling you stories or bouncing around or is anywhere but here, it's okay, just notice it and maybe even give it a little label. Just label it thinking. And then you can release it. Once we know that it's just the brain doing its work, just label it thinking and then let it go and come back into your body, come back to where your breath lives. As we take another few moments to reveal what's showing up in this moment, you might notice what's happening with your heart today. As we were just talking about a lot going on, and sometimes we feel like we were bred to just go, go, go and not really pay attention to it. And now is really a great time, as always, really, but I think we're learning this lesson to listen to what we're feeling and give it a space to exist. So allowing yourself to feel whatever you feel. And as we move through our practice, honor that. If that means you want to go inside a little deeper and quiet things down, you might choose child's pose more often and skip all the vinyasas. Or if you need to move some layers of energy, then vinyasa all you want. Wherever you are, let's take another couple of mindful breaths, breathing in deep into the belly. Exhale slow and soft out the nostrils. Find that fuller breath in, taking up space. And having a little pause at the top of that breath. And exhaling, releasing, surrendering, and receiving. A little pause at the bottom of the breath. Do a couple more just like this on your own. Allow the inhale and the exhale to grow. Allow a comfortable little pause in between. Next breath in, sit up nice and tall, bring the palms together in front of the heart. We'll find a cleansing breath together, big inhale. Open mouth, audible exhale. And release the hands to the knees of the thighs. Find that length in the spine. Let's just tuck the chin, open up the back of the neck. Try not to drop the head forward, thinking about tucking the chin, giving yourself a double chin, and reaching the crown of the head, the top back of the head towards the ceiling. Another inhale. And the next breath in, gently roll the right ear to the right shoulder. And then exhale, chin to chest. And inhale, left ear to left shoulder. And exhale, chin to chest. So remembering there's no rush. You make these movements nice and slow so you can really tune inward. Check in with your inward experience, that internal landscape, as some may say. Just be curious. Noticing the sensations, maybe noticing your urge to speed through this. Or maybe it's your urge to linger. There's nothing wrong with any of it. Just continue to move and breathe. Release facial muscles. If you find a little spot that feels tender, roll around in it, send some deeper, cleansing, delicious breaths. No rush. Next time the chin is near the chest, just inhale, lift the head to the center. Roll the shoulders up and back and melt them down. Take the right leg out to the side. Flex that foot so the toes point up. You can always put a little something under the knees if your hamstrings are very tight today or sore. Sit up nice and tall. Let's take the hands behind. We'll start there. Squeeze shoulder blades together, lift the heart. Keep energy flexing out that foot. Remember, if you notice that you're leaning into that bent knee and your right hip has left the ground, you might put something underneath that knee so the sitting bones are grounded down. Squeeze shoulder blades together, lift the heart. Feel free to stay like this. Or take the hands forward. Keep the spine really long and tall and reach the heart up and over the computer screen or whatever's in front of you. You can always come in deeper, walking the hands forward more, dropping down to elbows if that feels right to you today. I think I'll be staying up nice and tall. And continue to find length and space around the spine. You might tuck the chin a little bit, let the crown of the head lift. Keep that right foot flexed. Take another 2 or 3 breaths there. And connected to that internal landscape, what shows up in this moment, and breathing. Releasing what's gripping the jaw, the mind, the heart, as best you can. And slowly bring the hands closer in towards you. Pull the low tummy in as you lift up. The shoulders up and back and up and down. Then we'll take the hands over to the left. We're going to lean that way and bend that straight leg. We're going to send it behind you. So we find deer pose. Let the hips melt towards the floor and the knees melt towards the floor. Now this may not be right for everybody, and that's okay. Wherever you land is fine. Don't push your hips down if they don't want to go down. We're actually going to move out of this in a moment, but sit up nice and tall and take another breath. We'll bring both hands over to your left, and we'll take that right hip. We're going to press it forward. So the hip's going to lift up off the ground. The whole torso comes over to the side. Really ground down through the left hand. The right arm's going to reach away as you take a nice big breath and draw a rainbow overhead. And then take that hand down towards the foot behind you as that right hip melts to the floor. And then inhale, stretch it up, press the hip forward, and take the hands over to the side. And take it around again. Inhale, lift the arm. Stretch it back. Remember to move the hip at the same time. And then take it on over. Feel free to stay upright. Find more length in the torso, press that right hip forward, or you can find a deeper twist by walking the hands a little bit behind you and even looking towards the back wall, or feel free to come down onto forearms. You can even stretch the arms out and rest on your belly if that's right for you. Wherever is right for you today, be there and breathe. If you want a little more action in that hip flexor and the psoas, take the right knee and push it further behind so there's more space between the knee and the foot. And then press that hip forward and you'll find that new experience. Take another big breath in and out. If you are laying down, start to walk the hands in under the shoulders and lift your torso up, stay facing the direction you're facing. And then go ahead and lean forward, walk the hands forward, and then release the hands behind you, and we gently windshield wiper our knees. Go ahead and take the right leg in, left leg out. Get your seat situated. Flex that foot, press energy out the heel. Sit up nice and tall. Again, you might take hands apart and take a few breaths. You might choose to walk the hands forward. Try to keep that length in the spine, really reaching up and out of the hips, shoulders out of the ears. The heart is leading, not the head. And you can always walk the hands forward, come down to forearms, come all the way down, whatever suits you today. Just be there. Remember, it's never a matter of how deep you can go. It's a matter of being where you are, being present with your experience, and breathing. Bring those left toes up towards the ceiling, pressing energy out of that left foot. We'll be here for another 2 breaths. Beginning to root your hands down low. Tummy pulls in as you lift your hands back in. Shoulders roll back. We'll take the hands over to the right as you release that left leg behind you. Maybe a little bit of space. We definitely don't want them stacked. So if they're up close, that's fine. But stacked is less ideal unless that's just what your body does today, and that's fine. Let that left hip press forward as you bring your hands over to your right. Sit up nice and tall. And lengthen the spine. Nice breath in and out. Let the right fingertips go long, that arm is straight, left arm reaches towards the wall over to your right, and then up to the ceiling, and then start to melt the hip towards the floor as the hand comes to the foot in the back. Inhale, lift that arm up, and take it around. And again, pick up space. And back around to the front. When you arrive, find that length in the spine. Decide where you want to go with this. You might choose to stay upright, which is I think where I'll be. You can come down to forearms. You can spiral around to the back a little bit more. Feel free to scoop that knee further back to get deeper into the psoas and the hip flexor. Soften your jaw and find your breath. Big breath in, big breath out wherever you are. Rooting your hands down, slowly lifting your torso, stay facing the direction you're facing. And once you're upright, and as you're ready, you can walk the hands forward and then lean back to release the legs. Windshield wiper that out. Let's find Dandasana. Bring the legs out in front. Pull the flesh out from underneath. Flex the feet, heels root to the earth, low tummy pulls in, torso lifts. You can press down with the arms to find that length, but then relax the arms a bit. With the eyes closed if that feels comfortable for you. Just take a nice full breath in and out as everything pulls to the middle line. Sending some energy up and out the crown of the head, and out the heels, and down the tailbone to the center of the earth. Go ahead and mindfully make your way into child's pose. Take your time, let the knees go nice and wide, toes together. Walk the hands forward, take a few breaths as you settle in. Breathe nice and full into the low back. As you exhale, let the heart surrender to the earth. You might walk the fingertips forward a little more to create more length in the side body. A nice full breath in and out. Begin to walk the fingertips over to the left. Walk the right hand a little further away so you create a deeper opening in the right side body. Remember, the head follows the movement of the arms. Take a nice deep breath into the right ribs, armpit, everywhere you feel this on the right side of the body. Make your way back through center. When you come to center, make it an active child's pose. Come up on fingertips, elbows lift, armpits lift, shoulders roll back, tuck the chin. The crown of the head reaches to the front of the room. Take a nice full breath in and out. And then begin to walk the hands over to the right. Begin to walk the left fingertips a little further away. Allowing a couple of breaths. Big inhale, big exhale. Begin to walk yourself back through center. When you get to center, root the hands down, lift yourself up into tabletop. Bring those knees under the hips. We'll move through a little cat-cow, so move in the way that feels good to you. Use your breath. Inhale, the heart shines forward, shoulders roll back, gaze is on the floor now in front of you. Exhale, around the spine, tuck the chin. Pull the heart up towards the ceiling. Keep going. Find your rhythm. Find your breath. Your next inhale, bring yourself to a neutral spine. When you arrive, we'll take the hands forward a little bit. Just going to find a couple circles with the hips, send them over to the left, and then bring them forward and over to the right and back. Maybe as you inhale, you take them forward, and maybe as you exhale, you take them back. Find what works in your body with your breath. And then pause and go in the other direction. Circles can be big or small. Good. Next time your shoulders are over your wrists, we'll stay there, keeping the hips up. And start to bend the elbows and lower down to the earth. Hands are by your chest. Root the tops of the feet to the floor and the pelvis to the floor. Elbows squeeze in. Tuck the chin so the neck is long. Head may rest on the floor. Take another breath. Pull those shoulders out of the ears so the elbows are reaching back, and then inhale, baby cobra. Heart lifts, pelvis roots to the floor, feet root to the floor. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. And this time we inhale, baby cobra. Maybe your hands float off the floor a little so you know your back muscles are doing the work, not your arms. Another breath. Lower the hands, release the head down. Press through the hands, lift from the low belly, press up into your tabletop. Spread the fingers, get yourself realigned. I know I have this big, huge sweater on. It's kind of cold in the house I'm in right now. Let's see if that helps a little. Good. And then we're going to take that right leg out to the side. Toes are going to point forward. Seal the pinky edge of the foot to the floor. So that foot should be in line with the knee. If that's too intense for you, you can always take it back. Seal the pinky edge of the foot down. The rest of the body's in tabletop, shoulders roll back. Find a little cat-cow. Just to move into that, explore a little bit. Do it mindfully and just notice what's happening with that hip and the glutes and that inner thigh. If this feels good, feel free to stay with the cat-cow, or you can walk the hands forward and drop the heart down. Drop the head between the biceps, forehead to the earth. Think like downward facing dog in the upper half of the body. You can always drop elbows down if that's better for you. Wherever you are, stay there and take another 2 breaths. Pull those shoulders out of the ears. Keep that upper body active. Like I said, think down dog. Root through the hands, slowly pull the low tummy in, lift the heart. Hands come under the shoulders again. That leg is still out to the side. We're going to take the left arm out to the side. We're going to thread the needle. So if this is too intense for you, you can bring that leg in and come into your tabletop, thread the needle from there if you'd like. If it feels good, then go ahead and take that left cheek and left shoulder to the floor. Come in mindfully. Right fingertips press into the floor as that elbow opens up, the armpit opens up to the ceiling. You might walk the right fingertips forward. Find your breath. Feel free to explore with that right leg, so you might press into the ball of the foot, lift the heel a little, and just see what happens. See, notice what you notice. You can always walk that foot forward a little bit if you want to come in a little deeper. Take another breath in, another breath out. Right hand comes to the floor in front of your face. Root down through that right leg, left leg, and start to press yourself up. Left arm comes all the way out, and then back to your tabletop. We're going to bring that right foot behind you, square the hips, curl the toes under, place them on the floor, and press the heel to the back of the room. Another full breath in. Full breath out. Come back through center and release that knee down. We'll take the left leg out to the side. Pinky edge of the foot seals to the floor. Remember, we've got our cat-cow action here, so let's explore a little bit, see what's happening on that side today. Use your breath. When you're ready, you can choose to stay just like that, or walk the hands forward. Remember, it's like down dog in the upper body, with the head released between the biceps. Take a few good breaths. You can always bend the elbows if that feels better in your body today. Hips are reaching up and back. One more breath. Root down with the hands. Low tummy pulls in as you start to bring the hands under the shoulders. And here we'll take that right arm out to the side, maybe up towards the ceiling. And then right cheek, right shoulder come to the floor. Remember to move in mindfully, and if that leg being out is too much, then don't do it. Bring it in. Good. Breathe. Feel free to explore a little bit. Lifting the heel. Bring the left hand in front of your face, root it down, float that right arm out and up. And then come back to your tabletop. Take that left leg, bring it behind you, square your hips, toes curl under, and then press the heel to the back wall. Take a couple breaths here. Shift the body weight through center, and then release that knee down. Let the toes come together and press back into child's pose. Take another big breath in and out. Slowly walk the hands forward. Shift yourself up into tabletop. We'll take one leg back, the other leg back, and find plank. Squeeze to the middle line. Remember, you can always lower the knees, keeping them behind your hips. Press down through the fingertips and the ball joints of the pointer and the thumb. Another breath. Press the earth away. Squeeze everything in and up. Yes. Let's send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Walk it out a little bit. Wiggle it out. Roll your shoulders. Let the knees be nice and bent. Take a couple more breaths here. We'll check up on alignment. Shoulders come over wrists, come back into your plank. Let's move through one vinyasa together. You can always lower knees if you prefer. Lower everything to the earth. Baby cobra or higher if that's in your practice. Press up through plank or to tabletop and back into downward facing dog. Remembering all vinyasas are optional. You can hang out in dog or come to child's pose or even move through cat-cow. Let's extend the left leg behind, hips square. Flex that left foot, we'll step it all the way forward. Help it forward if it needs it. We want to get to the point where that left ankle is below or in front of the left knee. If you have blocks, great place to use them. Find more length in the spine, whatever you have. Squeeze thighs together, lengthen torso. Take another breath. Legs are nice and strong and stable here. We'll mindfully drop that back knee down, uncurl the toes, squeeze thighs, and lift the arms up. You always keep hands to the front thigh. Keep that low tummy pulling in and up. Shoulders roll back. If your arms have lifted, let's find cactus arms. Squeeze shoulder blades together, forearms to the back wall a little more. Try not to dump into the low back. Keep the low belly engaged. Inhale, reach the fingertips to the sky, hands to the earth. Curl the back toe, lift the back knee. And we step it back, downward facing dog. Go to vinyasa if you want it. Stay connected to your breath wherever you choose. Full inhale, full exhale. As you make your way into downward facing dog, we'll extend the right leg behind. Press through the hands, send that heel back to the back wall. Hips are square. And then step it all the way forward. Help it forward if it needs it. Squeeze those thighs together. Pull that right hip back if you have blocks or hooks. Find those. Take up some space. If you don't, it's fine. Find as much length as you can in the spine. Energy in the legs. Another breath. We'll mindfully release that back knee to the ground, uncurl the toes, bring yourself up to the front thigh or to the ceiling. Low tummy pulls in, another breath. Cactus arms, forearms to the back wall, squeeze shoulder blades together, pull the low tummy in. You got this. Inhale, reach the fingertips to the sky, hands down, around that front foot. Curl the back toe, lift the back knee. And we step it back. You got vinyasa or no vinyasa, you do you. When you make your way into your downward facing dog, whatever that is, so don't rush. Just look to the front of the mat and walk your feet forward, coming to a forward fold at the top of your mat. Remember, you don't have to touch the ground. You can stay up high. You can use blocks to rest your arms on. Let there be a little bend in the knees. Ground down through the heels. Ground down through the ball joints of the big toe and little toe. Inhale, come up halfway, straight spine. Exhale, forward fold. Reverse swan dive, so a little bend in the find your glutes. Lift up with a straight spine, reach the arms to the sky. Hands to your heart. Big breath in and out. Let the hands come down by your side. Inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, take it on over. Let that right arm be heavy. Reach up and let the arm be heavy. Ground down through your feet. Another breath. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, flip that arm down. Inhale, other arm lifts. Exhale, reach it on over. Allow that left arm to be heavy as the right arm opens up. Press down through both feet, tummy in, so you get a deeper opening in that side body. One more inhale, one more exhale. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, flip that arm down. Both arms rise. Big breath in. As you breathe out, we find our chair pose. So you can bring hands to your heart if you'd like, or let them stay extended. Really engage your glutes. Pull the low tummy in. Heels root down. Ball joint of the toes root down. If knees are together, toes are together. If toes are apart, knees are apart. Pick which one. Another breath. Press down, lift up. Big inhale. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Bring down with the hands. Let's step back with the right leg. Find your low lunge so your feet might come wider. Find your foundation. Get grounded, and then let the heart float you up. Nice big breath in and out. Take the right arm forward, left arm back. Find your twist. Keep the spine nice and long. Your gaze can stay forward or look to the side or even look behind you. One more breath. Inhale, lift both arms, come back through center. Exhale, warrior two. Let that heel drop down behind you. Check in with your alignment. Walk the feet out a little further if you'd like. Bend into that front knee. Roll the shoulders out of the ears. Take a nice full breath in. Take up some space here. And out. Cartwheel the hands all the way down. Back heel lifts. We're going to step that left leg back. Three-legged dog. Then come forward into plank. Squeeze that left ankle on top of the right ankle. Squeeze the thighs together. Another breath. Left leg extends up behind you. Three-legged dog. Knee to nose. Squeeze in and up. Send that leg back. Three-legged dog. This time we step it all the way forward. Help it forward if it needs it. Bend that back knee, springboard, step that leg all the way forward. Forward fold. Release the head, ground down through the feet. Inhale, come up halfway, straight spine. Exhale, forward fold. Reverse swan dive, straight arm, straight back, reach it up. Hands to the heart. Big breath in, big breath out. Feel into this moment. Feel the earth underneath the feet, the air on the skin. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky, clasp them up north, reach the fingertips to the ceiling, palms together, up and over to the right. Press down through the left leg. Another breath. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, other side. Really ground down through the legs. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, chair. Check in. Look down. You should see your toes. You should see most of your foot. Pull the tummy in. We're not rounding the low back. We're finding a neutral spine. Sit down a little deeper. Hips go back further. You got this. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, swan dive down. Ground down through the hands, step back, leg. Find your low lunge, find your space, root down, rise up. Find your drift. Breathe, squeeze thighs together, low tummy in. That back knee might be bent, that's fine. The left arm reaches forward, right arm reaches back. By lengthen the torso, decide where your gaze is. Play with it a little bit. Another breath. Inhale, reach the arms up, come back through center. Exhale, we open up into warrior two. Check yourself out. Check out your alignment. Take the legs a little wider, drop in a little deeper. Make sure that knee is staying above or behind the ankle. Another breath. We cartwheel down. Back heel lifts. We'll step the right leg all the way back, three-legged dog. Come forward into plank, squeeze to the middle line. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Send the right leg back, three-legged dog. Knee to nose, shoulders over wrist, pull in and up. And then send it back. And we step it all the way forward. Help it forward if it needs it. And then bend that back knee, springboard, step back forward, forward fold. Getting down through the legs, come up halfway, straight spine. Keep the low belly pulling in, stay with the straight spine, a little bend in the knees, maybe float the arms out wide. Keep that bend in the knees, keep the tummy engaged, squeeze the glutes, lift all the way up. And hands to the heart. Release your hands down by your side. Take a nice full breath in, find your Tadasana. Breathe down, pull some of that earth energy up. Big inhale, big exhale. Inhale, flip those arms to the sky. Exhale through center, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, chair. Lots of chair today. Squeeze those glutes, pull the low tummy in. Another breath. Good. Dive it forward. Hands root down, right leg steps back. Let the back heel drop to the earth. Bend into both knees so the legs are strong, and that's what lifts you up into your warrior two. You're going to take that front leg, reach it, straighten it rather, and then reach the fingertips forward, triangle. Stay up high if that serves you best, but make sure you're not leaning forward. So you come up higher to avoid that lean. Find length from fingertip to fingertip, from hips to armpits and space around the neck. Maybe the gaze goes up. That feels safe for you today. One more breath here. Good. We're going to bend into the left knee. Cartwheel the hands down, back heel lifts. We've got that low lunge again. Take that back foot, step it forward, heel melts down. Left leg's gonna straighten and we're gonna squeeze thighs together. Hips square, pyramid. Drop the head and heart towards that left leg. If you have blocks, this is a nice place to use them. If not, no worries. You can always keep your hands on that thigh. That's better for you, that shin. One more breath. Pull left hip back, right hip forward. Beautiful. Bend into the front knee, root the hands down, make your way all the way back, down dog. Got a vinyasa waiting for you if you like it. Or come to down dog or child's pose. Making your way, we'll all meet in down dog. Left leg lifts. Knee to left elbow, squeeze, press in and up. Press the earth away. Send that leg back. Knee to right elbow, pull in and up. Press the earth away. Send it back. Step that leg all the way forward. Help it forward if it needs it. Walk the hands forward just a little bit, bend into that right knee, right leg goes up, standing split. just for a moment, and then we let the right leg meet the left. Forward fold, you might clasp the elbows. Let the knees have a little bend, round down. Nice inhale, nice exhale. Release the arms. Come up halfway, straight spine. Exhale, forward fold. Root through the legs, a little bend in the knees, find your glutes, come up halfway. Pull the tummy in, find the length of the spine. Don't lock those knees, let them bend, find your glutes. Maybe float the arms out to the side. Press down, lift up, reach the arms to the ceiling. And hands to heart center. Feel into this moment, find your breath. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky, big breath in. To exhale, left arm comes forward, right arm goes back. Keep the hips squared to the front of the room. So the spiral happens from the spine, not the hips. Inhale, lift the arms, come back through center. Exhale, other side. Keep those hips squared to the front by pulling that left hip forward. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, this time you sit into chair and we find the same thing. That right arm opens up behind you. Hips stay square, so look down, make sure the knees are even. Other breath. Inhale, both arms up, come back through center. Exhale, other side, arms come out, we start to sit back. Pull that right hip back, glance down, heart lifts, and then we release the arms and come back up. Swan dive, forward fold. Take a breath in, take a breath out. Root your hands down, make your way back, downward facing dog. Go to vinyasa to clear the palate if you'd like. Nice big breath in and a big breath out. One more cleansing breath here. Good. Extend the right leg behind you. Another breath. Bring that knee to the right elbow, push in and up, lift and squeeze, press the earth away, and then step it back. Right knee to left elbow, squeeze, pull in and up, and then shoot it back. Step that leg all the way forward, help it forward if it needs it. Back heel drops down. Bend into both knees and start to lift yourself up. Warrior two. Good breath in and out here. Start to straighten the front leg, reach as far forward as you can, and find your triangle. Energy in the feet. Squeeze thighs together, find the length from fingertips to fingertips, hips to armpits. Another breath. Begin to look down towards your big toe, bend that front knee, cartwheel the hands, back heel lifts. We take that back foot, step it forward to the point where you can put that left heel to the ground and straighten the right leg as best you can. Pull the right hip back. You might prop yourself up onto fingertips. You can always take the feet wider from left to right to give you a little more stability. Another breath in and out. Melt the head and heart towards that right leg. Good. Nice full breath in, full breath out. You need to bend into that front knee. We're going to take the hands forward a little bit. Back heel's going to lift. And bend into the back knee. Take that leg up. Step it forward. Forward fold. Bend the knees, hands to the hips. Straight spine lifts you up. Arms out to the sides, Shavasana. Big inhale. And an exhale. Beautiful. Roll the shoulders back. Clasp the hands, palms together. Start to maybe pull the knuckles towards the floor. Keep those shoulder blades actively squeezing together. Heart lifts, tummy pulls in. These might lift a little bit, another breath. We don't need to lock the elbows, keep a little soft bend at least. Bend those knees, inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Palms together, exhale through center, forward fold. Rooting hands down. We'll make our way back into downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward into plank. We'll come to the pinky edge of the left foot. You can take the right foot and either place it in front on the big toe edge, or place it on top, or bend the knee and place it in front. Right arm lifts. We find our side plank. Squeeze and lift those hips. One more breath. You got it. Beautiful. Right arm releases. Lift back to plank. Press back into downward facing dog. Nice big inhale. Big exhale. And forward into plank. Right heel drops down, so we come to the pinky edge of the right foot. Left foot comes on top or in front, or bend that knee. Lift the hips. Side plank. Another breath. Press down, lift up, a little more. And left hand comes down, we send it back, plank. Move through vinyasa or come to child's pose. We'll all meet in child's pose for a few breaths. Feel free to roll your wrists out there. Soften the jaw. Soften your heart. A full breath in and out. Making your way into downward facing dog mindfully. Extend the left leg behind you when you arrive. Really root through the hands. Send that heel back further. Hips squared. Step the left leg all the way forward. Help it forward if it needs it. Find your foundation. Let that lift you up for your high lunge. When you arrive, bring your hands to your heart. Ground through the left leg. Keep that left knee bent. We'll hinge forward. Left leg fires up. And then instead of bending that back knee and bouncing, we're going to try to squeeze thighs together and flip that leg up. Warrior 3. Keep the hips squared. Flex that foot. Energy. Arms can go wherever you choose, behind you or out in front of you, or under the heart. One more breath. Let's bring that leg forward. Keep it lifted. Bring the right knee in towards your chest. Grab hold of the knee. Pull the knee up. Open the heart. Find your drishti. And then round the spine. Bend the elbows out to the side. Round the spine. Tuck it in. Woo. Another breath. Inhale, lift the heart. Hands to your heart. Maybe straighten that leg out in front of you. Any height is fine. One more breath. Let's release the leg down. Step mindfully. Inhale, float it up. Exhale, arms float down. Roll the shoulders. Take a nice big breath in. Let it all go because none of it matters. Just feel this moment. Feel your breath, your heartbeat, your feet on the floor, the air on the skin. You might notice if the mind is yapping at you. Back into the present moment. Inhale, sweep those arms to the sky. Exhale through center, forward fold. Step back with the right leg. Step back with the left leg. Vinyasa or no vinyasa, you decide. Once you make your way into down dog, take a nice cleansing breath there. Right leg extends behind you. Press through the hands, send that heel back, hips square. Let's step the right leg all the way forward. Help it forward if it needs it. Take a moment, get your foundation situated. Pull that right hip back, squeeze thighs together, make your way up into your high lunge. Another breath. Hands to the heart. Right, hinge forward a little bit. So now that right leg's nice and fired up. And then squeeze thighs together. So try not to bounce and kick off. Instead, lean into that right leg, squeeze and lift. Finding your warrior three. Try to keep the hips square. Stay there. Feel free to lower the leg. Work some balance there. Find your variation with your arms, whatever that looks like. And then we slowly lift that leg forward. Keep it lifted if you can. You can always keep toes to the ground or lift that knee up. Use your drishti. Fire up that right leg, nice and strong and stable. Hands to the knee. Pull up. Heart lifts, shoulders back. And then we start to round the spine. Elbows pull out to the side. Round it in. Another breath. Inhale, lift. And then maybe straighten that leg out to the side. Maybe out front. And then lower it down. Roll the shoulders. Take a nice breath in. And out. Float the arms to the sky. We'll hang out in the forward fold for a few breaths. Let the knees bend. You might even choose to bend them generously here. Let the belly rest on the thighs, let the head dangle. Find energy in the legs though, to keep you strong and stable. Maybe clasp the hands if that feels good. Another breath. Keep down through those feet, arms dangle. Keep the knees bent. Keep the knees bent. Low belly pulls in. You can lower. Lift up slowly, one vertebra at a time. Keep those knees bent. That's what keeps your low back safe. Keep the low tummy pulling in. Once the head lifts, roll the shoulders. You start to straighten the legs. Tadasana. Bring your energy to your feet. Ground. Bring your energy to your breath. Full and complete. Perhaps bring some of that earth energy up. Let the heart shine forward, the crown of the head lifts. Shoulders open and back, palms open. Another breath in and out. Inhale, stretch those arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take the feet a little wider than hip distance. Toes point out just a bit. Tailbone's going to pull down towards the center between the heels. So the knees bend. We want the knees to track over the second toe as best you can. Slowly let the hips melt down. Take it nice and slow. Go as deep as feels safe for you. You might need to adjust the feet a little bit. You can always sit on a block or a couple books. Press the elbows into the knees into the elbows, lift the heart. Take another breath here. Press down through the pinky edge of the feet. Squeeze and lift, one more. Yeah. And then we'll take one hand behind you and asana. Good, when you get there, lower down one vertebra at a time. Take it nice and slow if you choose. Or take the express route and come all the way down onto your back. When you do come to the back, take a moment to enjoy the support. Nice big breath in and a big breath out. Let the knees be bent with the feet hip distance apart. Send that right leg up towards the sky. Make some circles with the ankle. Nice and slow and deep. Go the other direction. Go ahead and wiggle the toes, stretch them out a little. And then we'll cross that ankle over the left thigh. Let the knee melt away from you. Check things out, see how that feels. Either stay there or pull that left knee in towards your chest. Take the hands around the thigh, flex both feet. Try to keep head and shoulders melted to the floor as best you can. Breathe. Nice full breaths. Jaw soft. You might find a little roll to explore a little bit. Just be mindful as you check things out. Find a nice full breath in and a fuller breath out. Either choosing to stay like this, or you might straighten that left leg, flex the foot, and then a little bit deeper. Another full breath in and a full breath out. Begin to bend the left knee, place the left foot to the floor. Go ahead and send that right leg straight up, square those hips. And then bring some energy into the low belly. That leg stays straight as we lower it down towards the floor. Keep the low belly engaged, nice and slow. When the heel does touch the ground, bend it and place it next to the other. Take a nice big breath in and a big breath out. Left leg goes up to the sky, some circles with the ankle. Both directions. Flex the foot, wiggle the toes. When you're ready, cross the ankle over the right thigh, let that knee fall away from you. Keep that left foot flexed. Either stay there or start to bring the right thigh in towards the chest. Let the head and shoulders be heavy to the floor. Breathe. Keep energy in that left foot to keep the knee safe. If you notice the right knee is starting to fall in towards your chest, the center of your heart, or the center of your chest rather, then start to pull it out so it's in line with the right clavicle. Witness the inner experience. Breathe. Nice deep full breath in and out. Feel free to find a little movement if that serves you well. And maybe you choose to straighten that right leg if that feels good to you. Just an option, just an offer. Beginning to bend that knee, place the right foot to the floor. Left leg goes straight up towards the sky. Square those hips off by pulling the inner thighs towards each other. Fire up the low belly as you lower that leg, nice and slow towards the floor. Soften up the face and the jaw. They often like to help. And then once it lands, just bend the knee, place it next to the other. Take the feet as wide as your mat, and just windshield wiper gently. Take it deeper, keep it shallow. Then we'll pause with the knees in center, bring feet hip distance apart. Hands down by your side. We'll move through a little movement. Inhale, peel the vertebra. Slowly lift one at a time off the mat towards the ceiling. Keep space between your chin and your chest. Lower down one vertebra at a time, upper, middle, then lower back. Feel free to take this deeper. Inhale, press the hips up. Keep those glutes engaged to keep support in the low back. And maybe the arms reach up and over. And then as you exhale, lower down. The hands will lower down the same time the hips do. Use your core to lower down one vertebra at a time. We'll move through just a few more like this. If you'd like to come into your bridge and stay there, I'm not going to go up high today. Press the hips up. Maybe the elbows start to squeeze together. Maybe you clasp the elbows. So either moving in and out with your breath or staying up high, squeezing shoulder blades, lifting the heart. Whatever you choose, stay connected to the feet on the earth, the glutes, the core. Take one more round. If you are lifted in your bridge, slowly lower down, one vertebra at a time. We'll all meet with our hips and hands to the earth. Take a nice breath in, and a big breath out. Bring your knees and chest. Take a little roll from side to side. Massaging out the back body. And then squeeze those knees into your chest. If you'd like to bring the heart up towards the knees, feel free. Take a nice tight squeeze. Remind yourself that you are a wonderful, beautiful being filled with grace and emotion, love, kindness. When you feel ready, you just take a nice big breath in, and as you breathe out, surrender to Shavasana. Get yourself comfortable with your Shavasana, whatever that looks like for you today. Allow the body to surrender into the earth. Surrender to the ease of your breath. Surrender to effortlessness. Begin by letting the forehead muscles melt. Down the cheekbones, cheek muscles, the jaw, parting the back teeth, parting the lips, the whole face. Surrender. Just saying, if you can let go of anything in the shoulders, allowing them to grow heavier. Moving down the arms and all the way to the fingers. Soft. Softening and releasing the chest and the ribs and your belly. The back body, letting it grow heavier to the support of the earth. Hips soft and spread. Thighs effortless, legs fully supported. Work to be done. And the feet gently flopped out. Feeling the flow of the breath in, and the flow of the breath out. As you breathe in, feeling it fill the whole torso. As you breathe out, feel yourself get a little lighter as you let go and release. Without changing anything, just bring awareness in. Notice your body as it is, your breath as it is. Tune into the stillness inside. And then choose to welcome a deeper breath. Breathing in more fully to the belly. Exhaling more completely. Just taking a few mindful breaths, feeling the experience shift as you fill with intentional life force. Begin to welcome some movement back into the physical body as you slide back into that human suit from the wrists and the ankles. And eventually find a nice big stretch. Eventually making your way over to one side. Use the bottom arm as a pillow for the head. Taking a nice big breath when you arrive. Feeling supported by the earth. In your own time, making your way all the way up to a seated posture. As you do arrive, let the eyes stay closed or soft to the floor. Stay connected inward as best you can. A nice full breath to find some length in the spine. Just take a moment here to just notice how you feel. Not analyzing it with the mind, just being with it. I'm going to leave you with this thought, this mantra that I've been reminded of, and I think it resonates, can be quite powerful. I am a spiritual being having a human experience. I am a spiritual being having a human experience. Please bring your palms together in front of your heart. And we'll close together with a cleansing breath. Please join me for a big inhale and a big audible exhale. And bow down, acknowledging the beauty and the grace and the wisdom that lives within each and every one of our hearts. From my heart to yours. Namaste. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Nicki.
You're welcome. My
Thank
pleasure. My pleasure. It was nice to see everybody. Got to see some doggies out there too. Who is that with the dog? Is that you, Jessica? Everyone moves around when we're practicing. It's very odd. So I think it's one person, but then I realize, oh wait, they've moved places.
My kids are talking.
Yeah, yep, there you go. I think it was that one. I saw a white butt. Well, it was great to see everybody. I hope you
Thank
have
you
a
so
good
much.
day.
It was a beautiful practice. Thank you.
It
My
was.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. My pleasure. See you soon.